Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast to guide you home into your human journey here on Earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard, and it is my delight to co-create with Gaia and share our messages from Source in this now moment. Here we go. Episode 425. It is Friday here in Cincinnati. The sun is shining. It's going up into, I believe, the 70s or 80s today. Everything is blooming and green. It is a beautiful Earth Day. And so I arrive here celebrating this planet that we have all chosen to inhabit, along with millions and billions of other people today. So happy Earth Day. Aren't you glad to be a human here on this planet at this time with all that is shifting and evolving in consciousness and physicality and emotional? There's so much goodness happening on our planet. I thought it would be kind of fun today to start with a song, and the song it's kind of funny because the song is about actually somewhere else, not Earth. And yet when I heard it, what I kept thinking is, this is why we are here. This is why souls have chosen human bodies and brought our songs to this planet. And so I love hearing the lyrics through that lens. So I'm going to start by reading you a song. It's called This Place by Xoxoxo and Trevor Hall. I just saw Trevor Hall on Saturday night in concert live in Cincinnati. It was amazing. If you do not follow Trevor Hall and listen to his music, please, this is the time to start. He is just channeling so much beauty and love and wisdom from beyond this place. So here's the lyrics. It's a great video too if you want to watch it. Just them walking down a road in the most beautiful mountains. It's just awesome. All right. Past the place we think we're from and past the edge of the earth, we have come to call it back, and I've known this since my birth, that we are not from here. Visitors to this place, but we all go back home, intertwined and locked in time, and at times it takes the load because we've met ourselves before. Take me to this place. I want to know more than I know right now. Set me free from pace. We'll get there when our body's good and done and all our songs are sung. Take me to this place. And then Trevor Hall starts almost like rapping. It's so fun. He goes, where we come from is where we go. Don't you fight with what you don't know. Like the song, and then soon we'll flow. Water that seed, and it will grow. On a journey to see that place, take your mask off and see your face. Let it all go and then embrace. Cook it up now and get that taste. What you're seeking is inside you. Always one, it was never two. What to follow and what to do. Sit and rest in the absolute. We will get there when we are called. Love is mighty, it will not fall. Like mountain, we're standing tall, all in one and the one in all. Take me to this place. I want to know more than I know right now. Set me free from pace. We'll get there when our body's good and done, and all our songs are sung. Take me to this place. From the depths of the earth we crawl to the place that we're from before our birth. We send our songs. Take me to this place. I want to know more than I know right now. Set me free from pace. We'll get there when our body's good and done, and all our songs are sung. Take me to this place. I love it. Don't you love it? And when you listen to the beat of it and just the way the three men are engaging and dancing in the music, it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. So we've talked in this place, this space before, about the conflict of wanting to be here, wanting to have the human experience, be the soul in the human body, and also feeling that pull, that call, like there's somewhere else, there's somewhere we're from, there's some song that is singing to me that is not from here. And I want to go to the song. I want to go to that frequency, that vibration that is not earth, and be reunited with the energy that to me feels like home. I know I'm not speaking to myself. I know I'm speaking to many people when I say these words. We have that longing, like there's somewhere else. There's somewhere that I know I belong and I don't quite belong here. Like earth, humanity, not quite my jam, but I'm here and I don't know why. And there's this place, this other place that I should go back to or return to or reconnect with. And that longing it can really make the separation, the feeling of separation, so intense, so isolating. And I've had this many times in my own journey, and I'm surrounded with love and surrounded with beautiful relationships, and I still have had those moments where I'm like, I just want to go home. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in a body. I don't want to be on earth. I want to be somewhere else. Like, why am I here? It can be crippling to some people. It can be just exhausting to the body and the mind. It can be emotionally just devastating and lonely when we're in that place of feeling like we're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be back somewhere else. It's a lot. It's a lot to navigate. And what I found in my own journey is that the realization that my soul chose here, this body and this planet, for some reason, is the point. The journey to figuring that out. Like, why would my soul want to be here? Why did my soul pick this body? Why did my soul pick this storyline, these people, this work that I do, this home that I live in, this country that I choose? Like, why this specific place here? And the journey of discovering that, coming to peace with that, embodying that, like actually settling all of my energy and my soul and my knowing into this body known as Vivienne, like that has been the work, the journey, the joy, the suffering and the joy, the struggle and the joy. It has been what it's all about for me, is coming to full acceptance that I chose here and I am here, and this is exactly where my soul wants me to be. And so I'm going to do everything that I am able to in this moment, because this is the moment that's real and true. And I know this place out here exists. I know, I've written about it in my books. Like, I know there is this other energy, vibration, frequency, love, consciousness that is going to be the sweetest of reunions when it happens. And also, I'm not there. I'm here. I'm here in this place, and it's really good. And I've had moments of feeling like it's really good along my journey, and then the contrasting moments of it doesn't. It's not. It's terrible. It's bad. It's horrible. It's not. This is, ugh. And the more I have found for myself, the more I love this body I've chosen, this life I'm living, this story that's playing out, the more the moments of joy expand, the more common it is in my day, throughout my day, to feel like such gratitude that I'm here. Such gratitude that Gaia, Earth, offers us this place to come and do all of this exploring, to play with what our songs are, and to sing our songs back out to the universe and have the universe respond with manifestation and abundance and beauty and synchronicity and all of these ways that consciousness and energy can talk to us. When we send our song out, it comes back. It reflects back to us, and it's so good. There's a beautiful meditation. It's an instrumental piece. It's by Wayne Dyer, but it's not Wayne Dyer. Wayne Dyer introduces it, and it's called I Am. You can find it on YouTube. It's a sort of tan-colored picture, and then it's just beautiful. It says I am, and it's this amazing James Twyman created music that goes with the Moses Code. I don't know if I'm saying all this right. But it's this instrumental that lasts for 20 minutes. And the guidance from Wayne Dyer is to say I am with whatever you are out to the universe. And then to say I am as if the universe is responding to you. And so you say, I am abundant. And the universe says, I am abundant. And you say to the universe, I am love. And the universe says to you, I am love. And when you play in that way of like sending your song, your intentions, your vibration out to the universe, to source, to God, to love, to consciousness, it's mirrored back to us. It's reflected, call and response, right? It's responded back to us. If I, Viv, am these things I'm sending to the universe, it is simply a reflection of what the universe already is, and it's going to send that to me. And so we are just constantly singing these songs back and forth. And so how beautiful that we get to do that here on Earth. That 8 billion of us have decided to bring our consciousness, our songs, our sound, our light, our breath, our all to Earth, into Gaia, and to co-create and make new and expand and find new songs and write and discover new creations of energy to send to the universe, to send back to God, out to Source, so that it can be mirrored back to us by Source. I mean, that's, if you can feel and see what I mean by the energy just moving in and out of Gaia to the universe and back, how are we separate ever from any aspect of creation? It's impossible. Like, if I'm here singing this song to Source and Source is singing it back to me, I can't possibly be separate from Source. We're singing the same song to each other. Does that, like, can you feel in your heart how extraordinary that is, and how that's home? Like, this is the place where I get to create and sing the song and share it back and forth. And I say all of this to you as if it's a brand new discovery, and for me it kind of has been. For you, you might be like, why is she so excited? I've known that my whole life. Like, that is nothing new. I do that all the time. Like, why am I watching this woman tell me that that's like some revelation? I feel like we forget, or we get in those places where the pain and the separation and the feeling of not being understood or loved or held or supported or whatever the things are we're struggling with, witnessed, validated. When we feel that and we get into that place of really being in the body, but from anger or resentment or disappointment or grief. Grief is a big one. And we're in the body and we're feeling all of this intense heaviness. It creates the belief of separation. It creates the belief that the song we're singing is not being reverberated back to us by the universe. Like, we're just here by ourselves on Earth. And the universe, Source, God has forgotten about us, and so what do? That is a real experience. I've had that. I have lots of clients who've had that, who are having that. It's just part of the human realm, I believe. It's part of the human journey. The soul chooses to come here and go, what is a hand? Have you ever seen babies when they're like first discovering a body part? They're like, what is this thing? And they put their feet in their mouths and they're like fascinated by all of it. We get that way with our human grown-upness too. We get our feelings hurt, or we don't perform well at a job, or we lose a lot of money, or our body has a health crisis, and suddenly we question everything. We're like, I don't know any part of this human realm. I'm in midlife crisis, right? This is 50. 50 is the Chiron return. You go back to the wounding of your childhood and all your shit comes up. And you're like, I don't belong anywhere. And it's this whole next level of growth. But when we're in it, it's like we're in the dark, blinded, not able to believe that there would be any light or comfort or connection around us. Like, there's no door to open. There's no way out of this feeling. And so I'm stuck. I'm stuck here. I've said that probably more times than I want to count about being on Earth when I was younger. Like, I'm stuck on Earth. I'm from the stars. I'm supposed to be back in the stars. I'm stuck here on Earth. And maybe maybe it's turning 50 and just being liberated from a lot of that work that had to happen in the first half of my life. Maybe it's just all the work I've done on embodying, like being so comfortable in my body and understanding how energy works through my body. But or maybe it's just consciousness in general. The whole planet collectively is going through this massive shift. And so it's becoming easier for some of us, for many of us, hopefully. It's like I'm steadier. I don't have the desire to leave Earth. I'm at this place now where I'm like, holy shit, what am I going to create next? Like, I have all these podcasts that want to come through me. I have all these new ideas. I'm going to be creating all this, and like, I'm going to be working on my garden with my husband. We're going to start traveling. The grandbabies are going to be growing up. Like, there's just so much that excites me and delights me about now, here, this place. This place where I get to sing my song and it goes out to the universe. The universe is going to sing it back to me. Like, I'm not ready to leave this place. This is where I choose to be, and I choose it with such joy. And that is for me, that's like a new level of steady, full body, yes, like I'm here and I love it here. And I believe as more of us start to really actually feel that on a consistent basis and share that and talk about that, and also talk about how we haven't always been that, that the world looks really messed up and chaotic, and there is a ton of pain and suffering that is happening. None of that is not true. And I can be here in this moment feeling the pure joy and delight and satisfaction about what is happening in my world and what I'm creating, what I'm sharing, and what is birthing. Knowing as I share that, that energy goes and pings into other people's experiences and lights a new fire, a new flame, a new match in your experience that then gets you focused on what song wants to move through me? What song am I going to sing to the universe that's going to be sung or reverberated, repeated, reflected back to me? Here, from this place, out to that place, back to this place. As more of us are feeling that embodied joy, we talk about heaven on earth or the new earth or the 5D, 8D, whatever next level of consciousness. It happens individually in each person's body life experience, and more creates more, which creates and builds the new earth the way I understand it. It's not out there. It's not, as I thought for a long time, I'm like, maybe earth is going to be just duplicated somehow. We're going to have the old earth and the new earth, and there's going to be two planets like in Flash. There's like how many? 30, 40 Earths in the movie Flash or the TV series, and they bounce from Earth to Earth, all the superheroes. I thought maybe that's what consciousness can create, because we can create any reality as conscious beings, as energy. The Earth was created, so there could easily be another Earth that was created. And what I keep feeling, what I keep experiencing for myself is it's a movement through us. That's not even the right words. It's like as we sing our song out to the universe and it is sung back to us, and we bring that reflection of our unique energy. Our unique energy goes out, it's reflected back to us. We bring it more and more into our body. Our body becomes stronger, more vibrant, more alive, more energy and motion and excitement. And so we sing a newer song out to the universe, which is reflected back to us. We bring that newer, higher vibration of energy down into the body, and the body pings, and the cells and the DNA start to vibrate at a new frequency. We sing a new song out to the universe that is sung back to us at a higher frequency, and we embody that. Like, it's this co-creation. It's the infinite weaving, winding back and forth through us to the universe, source, God, back to us. And so it's happening within each individual. And I believe the new earth is more and more higher frequency individuals living in these human bodies and lives we're already living. Not leaving, not going away, not going to that place, right here. Singing our song, and we'll do it until our bodies are done, as the song says. Until our songs are complete. And then Richard Rudd describes this. He says eventually we'll reach a moment in the Gene Keys. Eventually we'll reach a moment where every song has been sung, every frequency vibration has been emitted, and the universe will come back into silence, come back into the void, and it will just be complete. Like, how cool is that? Not until every song is sung, though. That's a long time if we're looking at time in linear ways. You know, there's so many songs to be sung. We're a long ways from silence. And yet the peacefulness of knowing that we're not, I don't believe we're headed to a big bang or to a collision with an asteroid. Like in the movie Don't Look Up, as brilliant as that movie was, like, I don't believe there's an asteroid that's going to destroy Earth and like it's all gone. I believe it's every last little note, every frequency that wants to be emitted will be sent to the universe, to source, and will be mirrored back until we're all so complete. We've expressed all the creativity that wants to be expressed through us. And it will just be right? I describe it as a sigh. I said that in one of my writings I'm going to be sharing over the next week. I describe it as I believe my last breath is going to be a sigh of satisfaction, of just delight in the way that I lived this realm, this human journey as Vivienne. And it'll just be like a sigh, and my soul exits the body and returns to the universe. That place, this place, that place, they're all just weaving in and out of each other. And so there's no fear in my body of when that moment happens. And yet I'm so happy to be here in this moment. Still breathing, still contributing, still creating, still feeling, still breathing. Did I say that one already? Yeah, it's just, it's a beautiful place to be. And I shared last week about, my body and all that my body has been clearing and moving through, and this beautiful session I had with my friend Lucy. And then all that it showed me about, being the best version of myself, expressing all that I am here to be. And I really believe the body, when we get ill, when we are out of alignment physically, and our body is like, right, all this energy and physical matter is moving, and we're just purging and releasing, especially here at springtime with, the energy of detoxing. When the body goes through that, it's because there's some up level that is possible. There's some potential shift that can happen. And if we allow that, it's like we've cleared space in the body for more of that higher frequency to come in and then vibrate in our cells at a higher level of consciousness. We purge the gunk and then there's all this room for the universe to send us back what we've been sending and singing out. And so I've been feeling that over the last few days. I'm like, oh my gosh, my body, there's just this vibrancy and excitement and joy that wants to move through. I did a bioenergetic scan with my friend Andrea Henkels. If you don't know her yet, as much as I talk about her in this podcast space, you really should know her. You can look her up on Instagram, or her website is Centered Healing Arts, I believe. I'll put a link in the description. But she does this bioenergetic scan and has a machine that literally can just tell you everything that is going on in your body and the areas of most concern. And then she runs a scan and it says, here are the supplements or the oils or whatever it is that you need to bring your body into that higher alignment. And so I did the scan for myself and my husband, and there's a whole pile of stuff that we're going to be taking, supplements and oils and herbs. But what I loved, I am much more interested in the emotional aspects of what's happening in my body, but I also understand it has physical ramifications. And so as I pay attention to the emotion, there's a physical way that it also needs to be supported in the healing or the integration or the next level of expansion physically. And so I have been doing all of my healing work, and I've been paying attention to what sinuses mean, and coughing, and need for attention, barking at the world. What are some of the other ones I've been having? It's just been like constant, right? Inner crying is your nose running. Stuffy nose is like lack of self-worth or recognition. I mean, so much stuff has been happening. And so she sends me the list of all the things she's going to be sending. And two of them were oils, a couple essential oils. And I was like, this is interesting. I wonder why I need oils. I would think it'd be more about digestion and, the supplements you bring into your body. I'm like, I wonder why the oils are going to be so helpful. And I'm reading through the description, and it talks about the grief, which I shared last week, right? The grief of loss when those I love leave, and then I feel like I'm here and they're not, and why? So why risk that again and play small instead of being the fullest expression of myself? So I'm reading the emotional description of these two oils, and it's all about self-love and allowing yourself to feel the feelings, and that was beautiful. The description was so beautiful. So then I was excited. I'm like, oh, I'm getting essential oils with all the other things I'm taking. And the oils arrived. I opened them last night, and one of them is geranium rose. I opened the lid, I put it to my nose, and all I could think of was my grandmother. It just smelled like my grandmother immediately. It was like Momsy was just in the room with me, and I'm very connected to her anyway. I feel her around me all the time, and I sleep with the Momsy's Lullaby ocean music. It's an 8-hour track I created on YouTube that I sleep with every night. Just the sound of ocean waves, and also it's called Momsy's Lullaby because I call in my grandmother's energy while I sleep. And so I could just feel with the geranium rose, like, oh, she's here. She's in the room. And I guess it's like this. It's like I send the message out to the universe of, oh, like, I'm grieving, I'm sad, I've lost these ones I love, and I'm afraid it will happen again, right? That was my podcast, my song I sung out last week. Still like committed to being here, wanting to do the work. I send this song out, and a week later, within the week, here comes this oil that I put on my face today with my lotion. All I can smell right now is geranium rose. It's like Momsy is everywhere, like sitting here talking, playing. Like I just feel her energy, her consciousness all around me through this one oil. This one essential oil that the machine told me from my bioenergetic scan. That is the magic of being in the body and being present with what's happening, what's moving, being open to receiving the support to level up, to allow the next level of healing. I can feel already how just one essential oil applied to my face this one time this morning. Well, I put it also on my wrist and my ankles. But just having that emotional support is doing so much in my physical, emotional, mental, human self. And yet so many times we don't allow that for ourselves. We stay in the pain and the suffering and the loneliness and the isolation, the separation, and we believe it. We believe like this is the best it's going to be. What's that phrase I hate? It is what it is. Who created that? Like, that is one of the most limiting, terrible things to say. And I have said it hundreds of times, I'm sure. I have said it. It's not a good thing to say. It is not what it is. It is what we choose it to be. It is what we create it to be. It is what we allow ourselves to receive. It's not what it is. It's what it's becoming. It's what we're evolving into. It's what we're receiving, allowing, sharing, expanding. That's what is. So if you are somehow finding yourself on the other end of this energetic transmission that is happening, and you're watching me or hearing me, and there is a part of you that's like, Earth is a lonely place. Earth Day is not that great, or my experience of being here on Earth does not make me that happy on Earth Day. There's a reason you're hearing this. Allow yourself to get supported. Do a bioenergetic scan with Andrea and figure out what is necessary in your body to shift so that you can receive the physical, mental, emotional support to go to the next level of your human journey, your soul's embodied human journey. Go back through some of the old podcasts. They're all available here. Go back through and just trust where your energy takes you and receive the transmissions, the magic, the support of me being on the journey too. Going through all of these same phases of all the questioning, all the, right? I have traveled the same path, and what I'm so excited to sit here and say is it can be anything we choose for it to be. It can evolve into something that feels so sweet to us, so powerful, so precious. Like this human moment is the most beautiful gift. And I choose to be here in this space sharing that with you on Earth Day. Like, yeah, Earth is a great place to be. This place. It's a great place to be. And there is so much yet to come. There's so much still to be created through you, through me, through all of us. And the whole point is to be here and figure out, like, who am I? Who is this? This. Depends who I'm talking to. If I'm my children, I'm like, oh, this. Because I know, like, I don't measure up. If I'm my husband, I'm like, oh, this. Right? Because I know, like, he loves all of this and he's happy to be playing here in this space with me. It depends who we're talking to, but if we're talking to ourselves, like, I love this soul human expression that is Vivienne. I think I am so funny and so irreverent, and yeah, I've been such a hot mess, and also in this moment, like, I'm in a really good place, and I enjoy this human experience. And if I can go through all the things I have and arrive here and still say that, so can you. So can all of us. It's that choice, right? That choice of, I'm here in this moment and I am going to be fully present and take all that I am able to into this manifested physical form and see where the adventure goes. And then express my own creative, unique version of Source, the universe, my song that's being sung out to the universe and being reflected back to me. I'm going to express that and share that. And then I'll learn from what's reflected back to me, and I'll expand and I'll share another one and it'll come back to me. That's the journey. It's just all these ways that we embody and play with how we express ourselves. And, you know, some days we're in total alignment, like right now, we're like, oh my God, this is the best. And other times we're like, oh, it's so hard. But the journey is just going through all of it. All right, I feel like I'm totally rambling now. I want to share with you a new way that I'm going to be expressing that I am super excited about. It's starting today. All right, so I'll give you a quick background. There's a way that I have been engaging with Instagram as just like, it's fun. You know, like, yeah, I post some pictures and I share some stories. I started learning how to do stories, and then I like actually figured out how to create a couple reels. I'm like, oh, this is fun. I'm just playing. And then I watched this video, and this woman says, if you have a business and you are not actually engaging with Instagram in a strategic way to grow your audience or to build a business and allow that to be your sales place, your place where you share your work and your offerings, then Instagram is just really a hobby, an expensive hobby. I was like, oh, she's right. It's just been a hobby. It's been a fun playground. And also, it's a beautiful marketplace. It's kind of both, right? It's a place where I get to create and express, and also it's a way to share the work that I do and invite people to come and play with me and learn with me and do this walk together. And so I signed up for a course called Post Like a Pro and started going through the modules, and I went through all of my Instagram posts. I had, I don't know, maybe 800, 900, and I got it down to about 200 that I really like, that I feel like these represent how I've evolved over the past few years, and I'm going to keep these. And I was like, now what do I do? I don't want to post anything because I don't know what I want to post. And so I've been sitting with it and meditating and journaling and playing and looking at other accounts that I enjoy and just allowing inspiration to start to flow. And then in all of my illness time, where I was releasing and just purging all of this fear about not being visible and not expressing all of myself in case those I love leave me, I decided I'm going to play. I'm going to express in ways that are inspiring to me, and some of that is coming from other examples of people who have expressed in ways that I know delight them because I can feel it. I can feel when I look at the posts how satisfying what they shared and how they shared was. And so I've been just sort of allowing the ideas to come, and then I think it was just last week, it was like all of it. It was like, oh, you're going to start on Earth Day. You're going to wrap on the new moon in Taurus. You're going to have 9 days. And what I'm creating is it's like a puzzle. I don't know if you've seen it before. It's so cool. It's like so Instagram has rows of 3, right? Columns of 3 and then lots of rows. And so what you can do is you can create an image in a puzzle that's like 9 posts, and each one you post is a little part of the whole picture of 9 of them. And so when you're scrolling through the feed, suddenly there's like this big image that's 9 pictures all together, and it makes up sort of a statement. That's what I like to call it. It's like a claiming or an energetic, like, this is who I am. I've seen several people do it. It's so cool. So I was like, okay, I want to do that. Like, that's the next expression of what I'm going to be creating on Instagram. And also, how do I do that? What does that mean? So I had to do all this research and figure out how to do it. Luckily, I know how to use Photoshop, and so I was able to really play with and create the image and then divide it into 9 little squares and save each one. And then I decided each one of those posts needs to stand on its own as an energy, as an expression of who I am. And so I connected it to my website. I've been going through a huge remodel of my website and redesign that I've been doing. And it's divided into 2 areas: I am home, and then our return home. And it's all about the individual path of coming home to the body, embodying your soul, and then coming home into this experience on earth. And when we are doing that or have done that, we really are creating our return home, the collective returning into our home experience here on earth. And as I have done the 2 areas, I am home and our return home, I've sorted all of my offerings and my creations into groups, and it follows a lot of what I've written about in my book. So I am Viv, this human expression. I am light. I am breath. I am sound. I am creativity expressed through the unique version of myself to the whole. And then I am play, joy, dancing through the galaxy and choosing Gaia. And then in our return home, it's I am all. I am you. I am me. I am God. I am source. I am love. I am the universe. I am part of all of it. And so is everybody else. And when we recognize that and celebrate that, we have these our return home experiences, these gatherings, these collaborations where more and more of us are at home in ourselves and then being part of this collective home experience. So that's my website. And in each of those areas, all of my offerings are divided, like what connects to light, what connects to breath. It's so fun. I've had such a good time putting it all together. And so for my posts for Instagram, I I took each of those, like I defined infinite embodiment in the first one that's going to go today. And then tomorrow it's I am Viv. What does that mean? How do I describe Vivienne? And what is that journey of being Viv even about? And then the next day is, I believe, I am light, or I'm breath, one of them. How do I understand light? How do I play with light in my human journey? And so each day I'll just introduce another one of them and put another little piece of the puzzle picture in place. And so by the end of 9 days, by next week for the new moon in Taurus, there's this composition, this expression of who I am in like such a fun way. I'm creating reels and little story posts. Like, I am having a blast, and I'm so excited for it to begin today on Earth Day. So I invite you to come play on Instagram. I don't know if you already are there. If you are, please follow me and kind of just see what it's all about, how I'm playing. If you're not on Instagram, maybe this is a nudge to try it out to see how the energy there feels. They're very different, for me at least. They feel like very different energies, Instagram and Facebook. And so I sort of play in Facebook, but not in the same ways that I bring my attention and my awareness to Instagram. So it's fun. So I'm going to be doing that. I have a newsletter going out to my mailing list. If you're not on that, you can join and receive a little explanation and link to my podcasts. And yeah, that's what's going on over here. I'm in big creation, birthing energy, and I love that. I love when it's moving through, and then this other expression of my soul gets to play and share with whoever is a match to that. So if you're a match, come join me and play with me. And then we'll make our way through till the new moon. So next week, on Thursday, I'll create all the new moon content that I usually do, the tarot card reading and the meditation. And then on Friday, we have a new moon gathering for those who are local in Cincinnati. You can find the link to that under my store, New Moon Magic. There's a link. You can come to my house and meet some other beautiful, amazing souls. And we just hang in community on the new moon and set intentions and share our magic and delight in being together. And then Saturday, I'm going away next week to play with my friends. So there's this whoosh of energy with this sweet landing at the end of what I'm going to be sharing and expressing. So it feels really good. Yeah, I think that's what I got. I mean, it's Earth Day. Get outside if you want. Connect to the earth and offer your gratitude in whatever ways feel true to you about being here, this place, not that place, this place. And know that when you send your song out to the universe, when you send your song to the energy field of Gaia, it's heard and mirrored and reflected and repeated back to you. So any gratitude you offer to Gaia today, tomorrow, this weekend, next week, any energy you send to the consciousness of Gaia is immediately reflected, and you get to receive that back. It's like the ultimate in self-care, right? Is to love your planet, knowing your planet is loving you right back. You're in the womb of the energy, the atmosphere, the water, the air, everything that Gaia is as a mothering consciousness, just like the mother of a baby in the womb. You're immersed. And so everything you're emitting into the frequency of Gaia is just being recycled like amniotic fluid back through you. You're giving and creating with Gaia in the most amazing way. And so perhaps, one of the gifts I've become aware of for myself is I see Gaia as a representation of Source, of God, of the universal consciousness. Gaia is held in the womb of the universe. And so everything she emits to the universe is holding her. Like the little dolls, the stackable Russian dolls that my dad got when he went to Russia years ago. Every time you open the doll, there's another one inside. And you open it up, there's another one inside. we are the tiniest piece of all of those dolls. And so anything we feel and experience and gratitude we offer to the energy field of Gaia is surrounding us and holding us. And then Gaia sends that to the universe, and that surrounds and holds her. And the universe sends that to source, one, flow, consciousness, that then holds that. So be aware of what you're transmitting today, and perhaps bring in gratitude and love and reverence for being a human on this planet. It is the most incredible place to be. So, I wish you a very beautiful Earth Day. Thank you for tuning into this vibration of pure love. I invite you to join me on Facebook or Instagram in a community I call the Gaia Tribe Reunion, where we show up together to share our soul's gifts, what we came here to Gaia to contribute to humanity. You can learn more at viviennegerard.com. Let's take this message of Gaia's love out into all of our relationships and communities today. So much love from my heart to yours.